threatening me. This is Kandyce, the lady who I spent dollars feeding her and her son. She just spat on my windshield. And her and this old guy just came by and threatened me and threatened my property. Anyway, so they're over here threatening me at my vehicle. Now, because I was kind to them, I've got them over here threatening me at my vehicle. I have to record for my safety. And none of these people understand that. And this is one of the things that is tough about being a male. This is Kandyce. She's the lady that what's her name, Amber was talking about with her meth addiction. Oh, they just threw something at my vehicle. You heard it. Let's see what they threw. That's the vehicle right there. And they just threw a drink at my vehicle. Fuck, that hurts my foot. Oh, they're back. Anyway, oh, they're pulling up right next to my vehicle again. They're throwing stuff at my vehicle, threatening bodily harm, threatening my vehicle.
You are a sick man.
I spent literally $400 feeding her and her son.
You are a sick man.
They're being very, very, very belligerent.
Videos on YouTube. You got a problem. Get out of that.
There's the reason her son is not on my channel. She's angry. And that's alright. Oh, God. Oh, I need my puppy thing. I record it for a reason. It's for my safety. You want to be angry because you did something wrong. That's okay. You want to threaten me and my livelihood and my vehicle and my property. You want to threaten my life. Then we're going to have an issue with that. I don't mean just you. I mean me too. I have an issue. I don't like having my life threatened. I don't like people threatening my property or my person or my family. I don't like getting taken advantage of. And even though people told me that Kandyce was on meth, that she was an addict, she'd still come by. Her son needs food. Her son needs food. Her son needs food. I made sure I recorded it. I made sure that I told the truth and showed the truth. People can be as angry as they want. The fact is, the truth is still recorded. Now, there's at least 4 occasions here on my YouTube where I have fed Kandyce and her son. Maybe 5. Even when I didn't think I had enough on my card to feed them, all 3 of those people who just threw a drink at my vehicle. See, the thing is, I didn't used to record. I used to just be a good person to everybody, best as I can be. But then it got to the point where men have to record in order to protect themselves, especially homeless men, regardless of color. It also gets to the point out here where we get taken advantage of by so many women, including addicts. Feel sorry for me. Feel bad for me. I got a kid. I got a kid. I got kids. I got kids. I'm a single mom. I'm a this. I'm a that. Pity me. Feel sorry for me. Well, I do feel sorry for you. But I'm also going to make sure that I protect myself and my friends and my family. Vandalism. I get that people don't like being recorded and they don't like being put on YouTube, but you know what? I really don't want to do it this way. I'd like to not get blown off when I talk to cops, not get talked over. I'd like to not have my life threatened. I'd like to be able to go safely to my own home and live in peace. This ain't it. When you're alone, you're a lot easier to victimize. That guy was smacking on my window hard enough, I thought he was going to break it. Then she came over and was knocking with her keys. On the bright side, it's tempered glass. On the other hand, she was doing it with her keys. And yeah, I had a lot of people tell me, hey dude, she's a scammer, she's just gonna use it. I'm like, I'm not giving her money. She says that her son is hungry, they don't have any food. I buy them food. And of course, that does make me a bad person. But what she asked for? Did she ask me for money? No, she asked for food. When it comes to protecting myself and my loved ones, it's difficult to do from out here. And a lot of y'all don't understand the strategy of being this far away from my loved ones. My little sister lives in the same town as Scott DaCosta. My little sister lives in the same town as Leslie Snell. She lives in the same town as Chris Kurth. She lives in the same town as Carl Snell. She lives in the same town as many of my predators. She lives in the same town as the people who followed her home when she was going to try to help me turn in Scott DaCosta and do my court stuff. But they keep me so tied up in court by pressing false charges against me that I never get to turn them in. I never get the help that I need because I'm constantly broke. I'm constantly running around from place to place. And if I'm not nice to the addicts on the street, if they don't give them more than I have to give, then they will take advantage of me worse than if I hadn't. I do my best to be nice to people and kind when possible, like with Alexander. Yeah, I fed him too. Got him in one of them pizzas down there. I got one of them $10 pizzas. Well, it's like a $9 pizza, something like that. But, you know, I couldn't eat the whole thing. I'd been pigging out on stuff I got with my food stamp card. But you can't get food stamp stuff with that, can you? You can't buy the pizza in there, a fresh cooked pizza with food stamps. With Kandyce, yeah, she got primarily junk food, but she got some stuff that was quasi-healthy. And we did go 3 different places, 3 different times. And then there was feeding her when she just wanted to go through the drive. But that's just one more predator I have to be afraid of, while now I'm kind of stuck in this town because this is where my mail's supposed to be sent. Meanwhile, I can't go to the hospital. I can't go to the police. This is the reality of it for us. For men out here on the streets, you tell us just to worry about ourselves, but then we're giving the whole pity party, pity party, pity party. The first couple of times, especially with women, they'll tell you it's alright that you don't have anything to give. But after that, it becomes that you really are expected. How dare men do this to women? How dare men look the other way? How dare men not fall for it when they want to... Well, in this situation, I did notice that they got food. I bought it with a food stamp card. I made sure it was food. Now, Alexander was here the other day talking about, it might have been yesterday, talking about Kandyce and who her old man is. I don't know who he is. It doesn't matter to me. I'm not interested in doing anything with her or with him. It'd be nice if this thing didn't take so long to get started. Because they were beating on my shit for about a minute and yelling at me for about a minute. I record for my safety because it's so easy to take advantage of me, and so many people try. I don't just record the situations like that. It's also with the people like at McDonald's or Alexander, both talking about her and her situation. See, that's one of the things that is extremely important in this day and age. It's for a man to protect himself. He has to record too. Any woman at any point in time could pretend you're some sort of a monster. And there's nothing you can do about it except take the abuse. It happens. Recording is necessary for my safety and my protection. I was just getting ready to make me a sandwich. She spat on my window, chucked her Starbucks cup at my car. It just bounced off. Anyway, I'm gonna go do the right thing and go and apologize to those guys. That obviously, when somebody does something like that to me, like over there at Fred Meyer's, once with Molly and once with more than likely Vicky Rain and her roommate Nick, but I don't know that for sure. Well, Vicky Rain was definitely involved. She's the only other person who had the combination to the lock, according to her anyway. But she's not going to be able to unpack all that stuff onto my vehicle in the amount of time that I was in the store. Cop never came back to talk to me, but then again, he already knew that's the way it was going to be. That's why I was insisting that he go now. But he didn't want to. He wasn't interested in it. That was not his goal or his intent. His intent was to ignore the situation, which, well, he's doing. So now when I gotta go talk to the cops tomorrow, I gotta bring up the thing with Kandyce. Thank goodness I have all the stuff where I used my food stamp card and my Direct Express government card to make sure that her and her son and her friend as well had food. I don't record it to toot my own horn. I record it for my fucking safety. I've dealt with too many addicts in my lifetime. It's one of the reasons I was never able to become a drug addict. And why do I end up saying I'm sorry for the actions of others? Damn. That's almost Nebraska class wind. Not quite, but pretty close. Alright. Let's see. Fuck it. Anyway, I know I need to talk. I'm getting a restricted call. It's probably going to call me over and over and over again. Come to be expected, right? Uh, I know that it's not my place to apologize for the actions of others, but I often get blamed if I don't. I am sorry I got yelled at in your parking lot. I'm sorry it brought negative attention to you. I try to make my car smaller and with less stuff on it so it doesn't bring as much attention. But it's not necessarily easy to stay away from people with addictions and other issues when you're stuck homeless. And it should not have been your problem or happened in your parking lot, and I do apologize. Yeah. Thank you. One of the guys that works here, he was outside, watched it, and kept an eye out. People suck. Oh, it's fucking cold out there. There is my eating can. Oh shit, that one's empty. I don't know where the other one is. And now I'm wet. Well, this one was pretty easy to name. Her name's Kandyce. Although I think she spells it Kandyce. I was just in a hurry to type it. That kind of happens when people are beating on your window and beating on your vehicle and screaming profanities and saying they're gonna, it don't even matter, right? It only matters from the start of the video, whenever it started recording. Anything else, you guys just pretend didn't happen or doesn't exist. If I don't record it, you pretend it doesn't happen. As a male, I have to record everything because any woman at any point in time could play victim. Any woman at any point in time can play victim, and as a male, if it's her word versus mine and it's not recorded, it's her word versus mine, and she's a female. And we've got this Me Too shit going on that means that a man can't be a victim. A man must take the abuse. He has no other option. It's not okay. We get to learn about the entitled nature of this whole fiasco. You use your son to try to manipulate people out of stuff. Why don't you just ask for food? I can see that you're super fucking skinny. I don't mind feeding you. I do record for my safety, and I tell everybody that. I'm tired of being victimized. I'm tired of people harming me for helping them. I'm tired of people asking me for things, and after they've gotten what they want, they choose to be assholes, like I'm a horrible person. I don't record if you don't make me. I should have never been forced into public or subject to the bias or hatred of the American people, especially not for being the good guy. To be painted as a villain for telling the truth about child molesters and rapists and people who take advantage of at-risk adults, especially men. Well, hopefully I'll be able to turn this stuff in safely when I meet up with Jared tomorrow, and hopefully his dad. No matter what we do, it's wrong. I don't mind helping people out, but I gotta watch my own ass too. I gotta look out for my friends, my family, my loved ones, and myself. Even if that means they end up not liking me. So be it. As soon as people started threatening to harm my friends and family, I started getting very vocal and I started cursing a lot. You pretend that I'm a monster because I had the natural reaction that a man is supposed to have when somebody fucks with their family. The only thing is that it took a lot of it to get me to that point. It took a lot of different people being assholes, blowing me off, pretending like I don't fucking matter. Women assumed the standard role for a woman and assumed that I should take the standard role for a man in a situation. A man is supposed to talk very little and make it very short and let the woman speak. Some women even consider it abuse if you don't let them talk your ear off. It's emotional abuse. But it's not emotional abuse that you never get to get anything off your chest. It's the way life goes. Anyway, with Kandyce coming by and doing that, I do have to be afraid of them coming by and doing more property damage and or harm to my vehicle and my person. I don't have to worry about them going to Colorado and harming any of my loved ones there. I don't have to worry about them going to Nebraska or harming any of my there because they're broke. Also, they had a pound of weed with them when I went to the corner market to feed them. It was in between the passenger and driver's seat. So it's not like they didn't have weed. I guess they just didn't want to sell it. I don't know. I didn't try to buy any because I wasn't interested. But also, it's important to note that here in Oregon, marijuana is legal. A lot of people are angry that I'm honest. They also expect me to keep secrets. I don't get to keep secrets. I can't afford to keep secrets. I'm a disabled male who is not heard because he's a disabled male. I am homeless, which puts me at the top tier of the most victimized people in the country. The very top tier. I'm the least likely person to be heard and the most likely person to be victimized. The only category that women have us beat in is that they are raped and or molested more and more often. However, the gap that used to exist, or we used to pretend existed, between women who sexually assault children and men who sexually assault their children, that gap is closing up quick, isn't it? There's a lot more men who are trying to come forward, and there's a lot more juries who are starting to begin to see men as human beings. On the bright side, I believe in doing the right thing because it's the right thing to do. Good to be rid of you. Thank you for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and your sister's, and no victim left behind, not even if their mom is a meth addict.